Good evening. Welcome to the City of Lowell Zoning Board of Appeals for November 26, 2018. Just a few housekeeping matters. If you have a cell phone, please turn it off or set it to vibrate. On the agenda tonight, under continued business, there's none. Under new business, the petition is a variance. The applicant is Beaver Brook Condo Association. The property is located at 24 through 26 Beaver Street. The applicant is seeking a variance approval at 24 to 26 Beaver Street for a curb cut that exceeds the maximum width at the traditional single-family zoning district. The project requires variance approval from the Zoning Board of Appeals under Article 6.1, off-street parking requirements of the Lowell zoning ordinance and any other relief required. Is the applicant here this evening?
Michelle Kuntz, the trustees for Beaver Brook Condo Association.
Oh, good evening. You want to tell us a bit about the project?
Well, so for as long as I've lived here for the past 8 years, there's been no curb at all for the whole 50 feet wide. And so when we noticed the work happening, questioned it, and found out we were going to be reduced to a 15, 16-foot curb cut. The problem with that is snow plowing. We have spots, you go up the middle and you park diagonally, and we only have 2 visitor spots. Everything else is dedicated, 2 spots per unit, 7 units total. And the problem with it, usually we have no curb so the plow can come up both sides and plow properly. So our main concern is having enough curbs so that they can get those side spots and be able to remove the snow, and also for safety reasons to get in and out of the parking lot. It can be very difficult sometimes.
Thank you. Now we're going to open up the meeting to the public. Anyone wishing to speak in favor of this project? In favor? In favor? Seeing none, that portion of the public hearing is closed. Any members wishing to speak in opposition? In opposition? Seeing none, that portion of the public hearing is closed. We're going to open up to the board members. The chair recognizes Mr. Jimena.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I don't see any issue with that. I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jimena. The chair recognizes Mr. Briere.
No questions, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Briere. The chair recognizes Mr. McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to just ask a couple questions about your site plan. So right now, it looks like the curb was lowered for the whole width of the area?
There was no curb at all until they starting to do the work. And when...
No, I think there's a granite, but it's just...
I think it was buried underneath, but from what we knew,
yeah.
it was just went right out into the road with no, from what we know. Do you know what I mean? Nothing we could see. Yeah.
So the plan that we have shows a 24-foot width, right? But it doesn't show what you're going to have between the property line and where the 24-foot's going to be. So if we're 50 feet in total, is that correct, across the whole site?
It's about, well, when I measured it, I measured it at 46, but my measurement could have been a little bit off. But it showed about 46, and we're just looking for it to be right in the middle.
46, so that would be...
From my own measurements. But I don't know where you guys would have measured from.
Okay. Patrick, do we know the width of that parcel?
I believe it's 50 feet. Our own GIS parcel shows 50.
Okay. So it's just missing those 2 side dimensions, and I'd just like to make it as a condition of, if we move forward with this, that the side dimensions each then measure 13 feet. So it's equally spaced on both sides, and the 24-foot dimension makes sense with what you're asking for that center drive, right?
Yep. Yep.
All right. Is there any landscaping? So there's no intent to do any landscaping?
No. No.
Okay. It was a hope of mine that we'd get some landscaping, but...
You mean on the property itself?
So that parking area in the center is all paved?
There's a small piece of.
Ma'am, can you just come to the podium and speak into the mic? And just your name and address for the record, please.
I apologize. Michelle Kuntz. There's probably about 1.5 feet of grass on either side where the fence is usually is, so I'm assuming the fence was put at the property. And we usually just keep it grass. And because if we put rock or, what's it called? Sawdust?
Mulch?
Mulch, when you put the mulch, during the winter, it gets pushed all up. They have to plow as close to that fence as possible. When snow builds up, the driveway gets smaller and smaller. So we usually just keep it grass mowed,
Okay.
but you want,
No, I see that we have, maybe it's even 3 feet, which I think is required by zoning to have 3 feet of green area, but, all right. So the final plan, though, it's not exactly a site plan that you submitted, it's sort of just a notes on a GIS map, right? So we're going to have a curb cut, and we're going to actually have the curbs reestablished on both sides? Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
So that there'll be, 6 inches or 4 inches or something to actually kind of keep people from going up on the curb in that pedestrian sidewalk area?
Yep.
All right. Perfect.
Okay.
I think I feel good
Sorry, I
about that.
misunderstood a little. I just,
In general, I think the site plan that you submitted isn't exactly what is required for us to understand completely what your intent is. And so I just want to say that we're going to end up with 13 feet on either side of the 24-foot drive aisle in the center, and that the curbs would be restored on either side of those 13-foot spaces to allow for the curb cut
Yep.
to be at 24 feet.
yep, correct.
It's, I think, what you intended. It just isn't clear.
Yes,
That's all I had. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McCarthy. The chair recognizes Mr. Callahan.
Thank you, through you, Mr. Chairman. I have no problems with this project. It certainly makes a lot of sense. And Mr. McCarthy had addressed the issue about if it's 50 feet, there'll be 13 on each side, but you measured it out as something different. Just make sure that it's even on each side. I'm going to presume based on the dimensions that Patrick has provided, I'm sure they looked at it, if it's 50, it'll be 13 and 13.
Like I said, I don't think
Or you
my
had 46,
measurements,
it'd be, 11,
I'm not the best
11. so-
measurer.
I gotcha.
That's all.
No problem. But yeah, this makes total sense for this project. And I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Callahan. As you heard from the members, I think everyone's, in agreement with this project. Are you agreeable to the condition of the side dimensions, 13 feet each side?
Yes.
Okay. All right, that being said, I have no comments myself. Could I get a motion, please?
Through you, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion for ZB 2018-46 for variance for Beaverbrook Condo Associates to establish a 24-foot curb cut with the following condition: that the side dimensions equal roughly 13 feet, so the 24-foot curb cut is centered on the lot, and that the curbs are restored in those 13-foot dimensions.
Can I get a second on the motion,
Second.
please? Can I get a roll call, please?
Chairman Peck,
Approval conditions.
Member Callahan,
Approve a condition.
Member McCarthy,
Approve with condition.
Member Briere,
Approve the conditions.
Member Jamina.
Approve with conditions.
You've been approved with conditions. Wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
you, and have a
Really
good evening.
appreciate it. Have a lovely night.
You too, thank you. On other business, the minutes for approval, November 15th, 2018. Any members have any comments or with the minutes from November 15th? Seeing none, can we have a motion to approve the minutes for November 15th?
Through you, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from November 15th.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Chairman Peck,
Approve.
Member Callahan,
Approve.
Member McCarthy,
Approve.
Member Briere,
Approval.
Member Jamina.
Approved.
The minutes has been approved. No other business from any members. Can I have a motion to adjourn, please?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second the motion.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. All right, the ayes have it. We are adjourned. Have a good evening, folks.
We'll have to get those minutes next time around, I guess.